Hey everybody out there, my name is Jakejames Lugo and welcome to the channel. You guys could call me JJ. So I want to talk about a series that I feel like does a lot of great things but has yet to really get a lot of shine from everybody. I want to talk about Shantae Half-Genie Hero. Shantae Half-Genie Hero is the next game that's part of the big Shantae series that spans all the way back to the Game Boy Color. And these games are very good, but I hardly ever see a lot of people talk about them. I want to give a big shout out to all the guys and gals over at WayForward for giving me a copy of this game so I could review for you guys. But if you also want to read my full written review of this game, you can check it out over on thecoalition.com. There'll be links in the description box below. But without further ado, let's talk about Shantae Half-Genie Hero Ultimate Edition for the Nintendo Switch.
Shantae Half-Genie Hero is the fourth game released for the Shantae series, developed by WayForward. It's a colorful and cute game that still offers a good challenge to those that enjoy platformers. The titular heroine is someone that you'll really come to like. While bubbly and girly in her own way, Shantae is a likable character that has a dynamite personality. While she's boldly feminine and not afraid to show it, Shantae is also courageous in helping out her friends in need, which leads to some truly over-the-top events. The story takes place after the previous games in the series, where trouble comes knocking once again to Shantae's home in more ways than one. A lot of wacky moments happen that force Shantae to embark on another adventure that will take her across many great-looking stages and face a variety of new and familiar enemies. It's a wild ride that is self-aware and has a lot of fun with it.
So one of the things that I love about Shantae Half-Genie Hero is its visual style. I think there's a lot of great little details and keyframes of animation that really make all the different characters come to life. I also love some of the different background details that are like really mundane, but they add so much to the grand scheme of things that's happening on screen. One of the things that you also notice about Shantae Half-Genie Hero and all the Shantae's games as a whole is that they're very colorful, they're very whimsical, there's a lot of cheeky humor into them, and the visuals go hand in hand with that. The other thing I also want to mention is Shantae herself. I think is a very likable character, very bubbly, very cheeky, and very, feminine and really kind of, outgoing in a lot of different ways. There's a lot of conversation about strong female characters in gaming, and I feel like Shantae should be included within that conversation. I think a lot of people get really confused between femininity as well as also, being a damsel in distress, and Shantae is a good example of why you could be feminine but also still be a strong and outgoing and amazing female character and really have something to offer to the table. It's not one extreme or the other, but it's a lot of good stuff that I feel like a lot more people need to be talking about. And you could say the same thing for the rest of the cast that's included in the game. You could talk about Risky Boots or any one of Shantae's friends, and you'll see the exact same level of care and attention to their personalities as well as their visual design and their aesthetic that really shines through. But in addition to this, I really want to talk about something that I feel like makes Shantae stand out amongst a lot of other games in the genre, and that is gameplay and the really solid controls that it has.
Gameplay in Shantae Half-Genie Hero is your standard platformer basics, but honed to perfection and mixed in with some interesting elements. You can jump around and whack enemies with Shantae's hair, but you also have a variety of magic to cast and get around some tough spots. They may not always be as strong as your standard attack, and a few of the spells can be somewhat mediocre, but you definitely find a use for each one at some point or another. Shantae could gain new abilities by defeating bosses at the end of each level, as well as finding chests and other hidden items throughout each stage. As you go on, your arsenal of abilities will grow and give you access to a lot of cool things that you couldn't do at the start. Shantae's best abilities come from her transformations, an important staple of the series. They not only look great and have a fun sense of humor, but they're incredibly useful. You'll have to switch between multiple transformations from time to time, which can make some platforming sections dynamic and interesting. Furthermore, transformations can be upgraded as you discover more new abilities, allowing you to access new areas and hidden items. There are a lot of transformations that you can find, each with their own special perks and new look for Shantae, including a few that really go over the top with her design.
I really enjoy going back to a lot of the different stages and really kind of exploring different areas that were previously inaccessible to me before. As you start to gain more powers, as you start to gain different abilities and transformations, you're able to kind of explore other areas of the levels that I feel like not only will give you bonus stuff that you can find for later quests or even some of the other quests that you run into later on in the game, but also you'll be able to do a lot of crazy cool things that were previously inaccessible. The controls for Shantae Half-Genie Hero are very solid, and that's something that you want with this type of game and this type of genre. Especially when things get very challenging and things get a little bit out of hand, you want to be able to have that one-to-one reaction whenever you have something that's going to put you into a pinch. The only type of criticism that I could say about Shantae's gameplay is that it could sometimes be a little bit difficult in certain sections. You're going to notice certain difficulty spikes, whether they're bosses or certain obstacles that you'll have to get around, and sometimes in addition to that, some of the quests can be a little bit vague in their descriptions. You can get a bunch bunch of hints over in the main area, the main town that you visit, by talking to some of the characters, and they kind of direct you where you need to go, but sometimes they could be a little bit too vague for my taste, and I wish they were a little bit more clear. In addition to that, I think that the map is really good, but I wish that there was an additional map in some of the sections and the stages that gives you a little bit more of a better kind of ease of use when you're exploring some of the areas. That might be a minor nitpick, and I know the majority of people might not have a problem with that, but I feel like if you add that extra option or you add like little things like that, it'll make the experience overall much better. Now, the cool thing about Shantae Half-Genie Hero Ultimate Edition is that it comes with a bunch of extra modes and a whole bunch of other things that really kind of mix up the gameplay overall.
The Ultimate Edition of Shantae Half-Genie Hero has a lot to offer. You get a total of 7 different modes, each with their own twist on the main game. You could play the game as any of the other characters like Risky Boots or any of the other friends that Shantae runs into during the story. There's a lot of new dialogue and alternate takes on some of the events of the game, which mix things up a lot. They may not always be canon to the main story, but they are fun to see what's different here and there. In addition to this, you also have a few bonus modes where Shantae takes on a new gimmicky outfit that runs as the central theme for that mode. Whether it's a swimsuit outfit, a ninja outfit, or a space officer outfit, each one offers new abilities and twists on the game that are fun to see through. However, it could be a bummer with the lack of new areas to explore in these modes. All the levels are the same, even if you play as one of the other characters.
I really enjoy all the bonus modes that Shantae Half-Genie Hero Ultimate Edition really gives to you right from the very start too. You don't necessarily need to complete some of the previous modes to unlock them. If you wanted to just dive into either the hero mode or even the mode with Risky Boots or any of the other modes where Shantae's wearing a different outfit and her abilities change, you could just do that right from the start. There's a lot of options here, and I think that's great for people that, again, have either played the original game before on one of the other platforms or again just want to dive into some of the newer content even if they may have never played the first game before. However, my one main criticism of these extra modes is that there's nothing brand new outside of what's already included in the main game. What I mean by this is that no matter which character that you play as or which outfit that you use for Shantae, you're still essentially getting the same stages that you're visiting from the original game. You're not going to discover anything new, you're not going to unlock new areas, and that's kind of a little bit of a bummer. I know some people might not have an issue with that, but whenever I see extra modes where I get to play as other characters, I'm really hoping that just besides the different abilities and the different dialogue, we get new areas to explore with those particular characters. And even with Shantae's extra outfits that give her new abilities like the cadet that allows her to shoot stuff, or even the ninja outfit that gives her different ninja abilities, it would have been very cool to kind of see other stages that were themed to those particular outfits. I know it's asking for much, but again, it's a minor nitpick that I feel like at least should be mentioned. Regardless though, I feel like you're getting a lot of value here. There's a lot of different modes to explore, and especially if you love the main game, you're going to have even more stuff to check out, even though again, those are still the same stages of each that you're exploring from the original game. I really like Shantae Half-Genie Hero. I think that it's a great game, and with the Ultimate Edition, you're getting so much value with it that I feel like a lot more people need to play this. Whether you're playing it on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or like me on the Nintendo Switch, you're going to have a lot of stuff to really enjoy and really get a lot of value out of it compared to other games that are part of the same genre. You're getting a game that looks great, sounds great, plays great, and has a lot of cool stuff about it, and I feel like more people need to talk about this. More people really need to explore the Shantae series, and this should be one of those platformers that is on that AAA status. And I know that some people have talked about it, some people have said some great things about it, and it's been covered in a number of different outlets, but I feel like the game needs to be talked about in the same light as some of the other great classics of the platforming genre, like Super Metroid, like Castlevania, like any of the other big ones that people usually go to. And with that being said, those are my thoughts on Shantae Half-Genie Hero Ultimate Edition. Again, I feel like it's a great game that more people need to play. If you guys can, leave me a comment down below and tell me if you guys really enjoy the Shantae series, or if you like Shantae as a character, or anything else about the Shantae series that you guys want to mention, put it in the comment section down below. Don't forget guys, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I got more game reviews coming every single week, as well as additional vlogs. I've been vlogging more recently, talking about some more personable stuff, talking about games media, games industry stuff, as well as also other games that I've been reviewing here on the channel. And don't forget also guys, I am on Patreon. If you guys can, please support me on Patreon. It will allow me to do some even more cooler stuff, even do more game reviews and other vlogs and other great content that I want to bring to you guys, both here on the YouTube channel and exclusively over on Patreon. And definitely guys, check out the description box because there's a bunch of links there for you guys to check out. Again, it goes links to my Patreon, links to my social media, my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram. I am all over the place bringing you guys content both here on YouTube and exclusive stuff on all those different places. And with that guys, I will talk to all of you again very soon. Peace out, stay epic everybody.
Hey, thanks for watching this video review, everyone. I really appreciate all the love and support from you guys. Big shout out to Jasmine Russell for being a supporter on Patreon at the Beast tier level. If you guys can, make sure that you guys check out my Patreon, as well as also subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a comment down below, and leave a like on this video. Check out my other video reviews I have here on the channel, as well as also some of my other vlogs when you can. There's a lot here to love that I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy. I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace out, and stay epic, everybody.